everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of 1-to-1 at Music Express. This is a very special episode we're calling, Where Are They Now? You see, way back in 2005, we had the chance to interview an 8-year-old pianist who people were already calling a new Mozart for our time. This new Mozart is our friend, Emily Bear. When we first met Emily, she was already on her way to stardom as a phenomenal pianist and a composer. So we thought it would be fun to check back in with a fully grown-up Emily Bear and see what she's been up to. Just look what we found. Hi, Emily. John Jacobson here from Music Express. Do you remember us? We first interviewed you about 7 years ago, and we've been having so much fun watching your incredible career, because I have to tell you, you were one of my favorite interviews of all time. Welcome to Music Express.
Thank you. It's so amazing to be here again. I can't believe it's been 7 years already, and I'm so excited to catch up.
Well, okay, in like 100 words or less, can you tell us what you've been doing these last 7 years?
Well, I've had some really incredible experiences from the past 3 years, from performing all over the world, from Japan and Korea to Switzerland and Germany, and on stages such as Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, Hollywood Bowl, and the Montreux Jazz Festival. I've also written music for some commercials, national commercials, and films, but I also do a lot of writing for orchestra, which is new, and jazz trio. Most recently, I've been working on actually a lot of pop songwriting, so I can't wait for you guys to hear all this.
So basically, you've become kind of a slacker.
Oh yes, 100%.
Hey, I was reading and I saw an interview you did, and you've been doing some production work with the one and only Quincy Jones, who is probably like one of the most successful record producers ever on the planet. What was it like to work with him, and what was the end result of your work together?
Well, he's been such a big influence on my life since I met him when I was like 8, I think. And he produced an album of mine. And I mean, working in the studio with him was just incredible. I mean, he's Quincy Jones, but he's such, like, just aside from the music, he's such an incredible person. He is so down to earth and kind and generous. And he taught me a lot about, that your music is only as good as you are inside as a person, which I really think is 100% true. And then musically, he just had so much great advice, and he's also taught me a lot about like arranging and orchestration. And even though he only produced one album, he's been such a big influence with my career and the decisions I've been making. So
that's pretty amazing that you've had that experience. And even now, I should tell our viewers that we're talking to you. You're in the middle of a European tour. So I'm talking to you while you're touring all over Germany. And where else are you going on this tour?
I'm calling you from Stuttgart right now. We literally just got off the tour bus like 5 minutes ago. And we came from Cologne, Germany. But we've also been to Belgium and Holland and Luxembourg. And so it's amazing, and we only have a week left, but it's been so much fun, and I can't believe it's already flown by. It's been so fun.
That's an amazing opportunity for you. I heard someplace that you were writing a piano piece, or you wrote a piece for 25 pianos all to play at the same time. How does that work?
That was so interesting. I never would have thought in a million years I would be writing a piece for 25 pianos, but it was super interesting because I took a piece that I had written and I arranged it into 5 different parts. Then I put those 5 parts together, so each part had 5 pianos on it. And then when they all came together, it created like this, like almost sort of piano orchestra, because each part had different elements in it. And then I was playing like a mixture of all the parts along with it. It was really interesting. It's on YouTube.
That's an amazing accomplishment. When we talked to you 7 years ago, I remember that you were so interested in classical music and jazz and bebop and so many other things. Have you sort of settled on one now, or is there one that's more fascinating to you than any other?
I mean, I'm still just as interested in every single genre as I was back then. It's still too hard for me to choose my favorite, but what I've most recently gotten into is like the whole songwriting world, which is new, and I've been really loving that. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear some stuff pretty soon.
That's fantastic. Well, so what's the most wonderful thing about traveling all over the world and playing in these concert tours?
Traveling all over the world has been so incredible because I've been exposed to so many different cultures. And I mean, the food, first of all, is like incredible. But just seeing all the different cultures and learning about the different people, just the traditions in each country, like especially in Europe, because all the countries are so close to each other. But especially on this tour, just traveling like 2 hours from Holland to Germany, the audiences, like the people are just so completely different. It's amazing. But everyone still loves the music the same, and that's like the only common thread is like music, which is pretty cool.
You're really using your music to bring people together.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest things about music, I think, because it always brings people together, and that sounds really cheesy, I know. But one of my passions with music and what I've done always is I've always liked to try to give back and inspire some people with my music. So all of my CDs and songbooks, they have a proceed go to a charity, and I've also done countless like charity galas and raised a lot of money for these charities. So it's been really amazing. Yeah, I actually just came back from Israel right before this tour, and it was for this charity called Save a Child's Heart, and it's a really special one for me because they take these children from all over the world, no matter what religion, race, country they come from, and they bring them to these hospitals in Israel, and they perform life-saving surgeries on them. But that's not even all of it. They have a rehabilitation house, and they have local doctors come from like remote countries, and they teach them how to take care of everyone back home. So it's just really an amazing operation. And they even let me sit in on an open heart surgery on a 12-month-old baby. It was insane.
Why do you think it's important that artists like you get involved in projects like that really don't have much to do with music?
I think it's really important, one, because we are kind of an outlet where we can spread the word about these kinds of things, but also music for a lot of people is like an escape. I mean, when someone goes to a concert, it's because they want to leave all their problems at the door and they just want to get lost in the music. So that's another reason why I think music and these charities go so well together.
Fantastic. Well, okay, so it sounds pretty exciting, but what's the hardest thing or the most difficult thing about traveling all over the world and playing in these concerts?
I mean, I have 2 dogs at home and I really miss them. They're so cute. But honestly, right now, there's no downside right now. I don't even want to go home. It's just been so much fun.
Well, that's great to hear. So do you have any advice then for any of our Music Express listeners? There's about 4 million Music Express listeners right now listening to you. Do you have any advice for any of them who might want to do sort of like what you're doing?
I always try to have fun with my music, whether it's trying new things or just revamping older things. And that'd probably be the number one, is always make it interesting and fun. And don't be afraid of putting the work into it, because if it's really something that you love, practicing and studying and working towards a goal is always going to be a part of it. And if you have a dream, this is like Cheese Town right here, go for it though. I'm serious.
I think that sounds like really great advice. And we're so proud of all that you've accomplished since the last time we were all together. And we look forward to following your career for many, many years to come. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
Thank you so much. It's really great to talk to you again.
Emily, if anybody wants to contact you directly or ask you questions, where can they get a hold of you?
Well, social media is the perfect place for that. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you can see everything that's going on, and DM me if you have any questions.
Well, I think you're going to have a lot of new fans, so get ready.
Thank you so much.
That's Emily Bear, a wonderful artist, role model, and friend. That's all we have time for today. So this is John Jacobson and One-to-One saying, be nice to your teacher, and we'll see you again real soon, right here at Music Express.